Look at all these beautiful people. Hi, I'm Taylor King, and welcome to the Taylor King Show. Tonight with me is my co-host, Alex Murphy.
Hi.
And also our special guests who are going to help us with the topic tonight. We have Brett Candace and Kathryn Fontelle.
Say hello.
So tonight we are talking about what women think. So I will start off by asking you, Alex.
What women think?
Yes.
About what?
About everything.
About life?
About life.
Well, you know what
general.
women think right now? I'm electronically challenged.
That's okay.
Most women are as well. No.
So first question, I'll go to Brett. What's the worst thing a guy could say to you? What's the pickup lines? What's the worst pickup line you've ever gotten?
I went to this birthday party for this guy, and I didn't know him well. I knew him a little bit, and I came in, and he was already like holding like a beer or something, and he's like, "I'm just gonna get so smashed tonight because it's my birthday, but before I do, and you don't believe me, I just want to tell you you're so beautiful." And then he did proceed to get really smashed, and the whole rest of the night he was like, "You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful."
But that worked?
Oh yeah, he
That
was
would
my
not have
boyfriend
worked
for
for
like
me.
3 years.
Wow.
Oh.
He also had other things going for him too.
each
He
his
had very nice
own.
arms. He can do push-ups. Like I'd sit on his back, and he could just push up
His back.
forever.
Really?
Yeah, that guy. He's like the only jock I dated.
Actually, I do have one good story. Okay. This one time I was at a bar, and I've never been picked up at a bar other than this one time. And I was wearing red pants, like you.
Oh.
And I walked into the bar or whatever, and I was doing something. And all of a sudden, a bunch of these guys walked over, and they're like, "Hey, Red." And they kept calling me Red. And I was like, that is so annoying. And I was wearing red pants, and I was like, I don't get it. And he turns around, and he's like, "Alex." And I was like, "Did you ask my friend for my name?" And I was so mean. I just don't know why. I was just so nasty. And he's like, "No, like, can you get us some drinks?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "No, I can't get you drinks." And I started to walk away, and he finally came over again. They thought I was a waitress because an hour beforehand, the waitress downstairs, who was wearing red pants, said a girl named Alex in red pants will come upstairs and take your order.
Oh.
And I was like, was that a coincidence? Or, anyways, I like the guy. I ended up, he
Or
got my
the
number.
waitress
I don't know.
downstairs
He
was
gave
a
me one.
psychic and thought that you
Or they
were-
made up the whole story, but that's a really lengthy story, right?
Yeah.
I think it
that's
was
an
made
interesting
up.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that
if it
worked.
worked, but like,
He got my number.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He did get it.
Oh,
yeah.
I have a good one. I have this. It actually wasn't much of a pickup line. It was more of like a conversation, an attempt at a conversation starter. But it was really, really dorky, totally dorky. It was a few years back, and my hair was really blonde, similar to yours. And I think my skin was like tanner at the time. I was living in Florida. I was sitting outside of a club one night. I worked there at the time, so I was waiting to go in, and this guy walks up to me, and he just looks at me and he says, "God, the weather's probably just so different here than it is in Finland, huh?" And I was like, "Are you serious?" He just assumed I was like northern, like Scandinavian. I was like, "I
can see it."
Still, but you don't say that to someone. I was like, "We're in Florida, dude. You don't just assume I'm European." Anyway,
we
so
have a Skype
I
call
was
there.
just like,
Okay. We'll bring you into this conversation that we're having. What's the worst pickup line that you've ever gotten?
One was like, I was on my phone and the dude was like, "Are you on Tinder? Because I'm sure we're already a match." And I was like,
Oh. Fail.
Yeah. What's something that a guy could do that's an instant turnoff for you?
uses the word swag or YOLO.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's pretty
okay.
good.
What would
Tell
you
it.
think would be a turn off for a guy? What's something that a girl could do that would be a total turn off for a guy?
Well, I do it a lot. I turn off guys a lot. So I would say like probably being like manly, like burping or farting, which I also do a lot.
I don't think that's a guarantee because I'm sure guys are into that. I'm sure there's a group of men who are like,
So it's like you
Yeah.
just wait. You give yourself like the allotted time
Yeah.
in a relationship,
Yeah.
and then you're like, "Whoops, sorry."
Like, I don't know that that's butterflies. I think that's just like intense cramping from holding
You
in
think
all
it's
the
gas?
farts. Yeah.
possibility.
Like 100% of the time, I'm thinking of when I can like let out a fart without getting caught.
Yeah, like I try and plan things. I'm like, can you go to the kitchen and get me some water, please? Thank God.
Oh, wow.
Well then.
Wow.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
we now know.
That's what. Well, yeah.
Was that your turn off?
No.
Oh.
I don't care. I personally, if you gotta let one go, then let one go. Personally, I hold it in. I mean, after
Out of courtesy?
I was after I left the house and I got in my car, I just like finally, and all the way home, you know, you're letting out burps and stuff, and
A turn off, I think, is something that when you're turned off by someone, it's usually because you don't trust them. So do you ever trust the person that you're with? Do women ever completely trust the person that they're with, I guess?
Yes.
100%.
Gosh, I mean,
No.
Yes.
No.
I don't think you can
don't?
ever.
Not every guy.
Ever?
100% trust anyone, including yourself. I just think that's the truth of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like every chick like has taught you not to. So I feel like it's just in your soul that you just can't, at least a little bit.
Not at all, but
I mean, I think 99.9%, but I just think a rational person needs to leave that 0.1% margin of error.
Do you ever trust a woman?
100%. I mean, it
To not slash your tires?
yes, and it ended up biting me in the butt. But
It should be easier to trust guys than girls because we're like more conniving and manipulative, and we're really good liars.
see, I'm learning.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
You don't
I
think
agree.
so?
I think women are better liars, but when it comes to like fidelity issues, men as a whole generally have the worst sort of the two track records.
What's the one thing a guy can do on the first date to guarantee a second date?
Pay.
Make me laugh. That's for sure.
Yeah, girl.
And you're a comedian, so
Yeah, I mean, they have some work to do. Because I'll just make them laugh the whole time, and then they'll lose.
and
Really?
do you think it's harder for you to find other people funny since you're a comedian?
No, because I'm not an asshole. Like,
I just mean, is there some sort of like critique sort of thing? Because like if like
Are you like vetting us right now and they're like, that one's funny, she's not. She's not funny.
no, it's just like a person can be the funniest person, like, off stage, but they can be the world's worst comedian. It's just two completely different things. So, I mean, I think people are funny if they're on stage or off stage.
Yeah. Would you rather date a non-comedian or a comedian?
Right now, I think a comedian, because it'd be neat to get just like pointers and to like pump me up to do my set. But if it came to like we were having to compete against each other, I'd win, and that wouldn't work out.
That's
That's
a
the
good question
spirit.
though. Would you want to date someone that's in your general like field of like? Would you want to date another host?
Sure. Because you can, you can
I'm 40
collaborate.
years older than you.
That's a
can
great
collaborate
line there,
fan-
Alex. I like it.
Collaborate fan bases, and then you're both awesome. So
Yeah,
There you
but I mean,
go.
I've dated
Mutually
skaters
beneficial.
before.
and how?
It's
but
not pleasant.
Why?
why? Because you have to compete against them, or
Or
just because it's like
it's like they're skating, then you're skating, and then if you're their pair partner and they're lifting you, and then they're like, you were in the wrong position, and then it's a fight.
Yeah.
It's
like
next
working
thing you know,
together.
there's
Yeah, it's like
ice
you're working
everywhere,
together.
and it's nice to have different worlds.
yeah.
That's all
I
I'm
was gonna say it's
I hope nobody's watching this right now.
sometimes it's hard to live the same life as your
Yeah,
partner.
it's hard to live the same life as your significant other.
Yeah.
And last question: if you heard a rumor, would you trust it more coming from a guy or a girl?
It'd have to depend on like the relationship of whoever was telling me.
Just like one
Would
of
you
your
trust
guy-
it coming from me or from him? That's the question.
Ooh.
I feel like
I
I
have
know
so
the
many
answer to that.
secrets.
Let's go with the boobs on that one.
These guys.
Okay. See,
you're welcome.
I see
Thanks
how
for
it is.
that.
I see how it is. All
That's funny.
right. Well, thank you so much for calling with us.
Alrighty, bye bye.
Bye bye.
No.
She's like, see ya.
I'm late.
God, that girl
Damn.
talks forever.
And
You got
so, Kathryn, why is it so important for women to get a picture whenever they go somewhere? I'll give you an
this is
example.
perfect.
I don't know what you're saying, like the vacation photos or
Exactly. Whenever
road trip. Oh, we gotta get a picture.
whenever a guy goes somewhere, I mean, every single girl that I follow, if they go to like Disneyland, they're posting a picture like this, like
Like Mickey,
Yeah.
Minnie.
Selfies.
Yeah.
exactly.
I think because women are naturally we're just a little more emotional and sentimental, so we wanna capture all those memories. We wanna remember it all.
That's bull.
I know, I'm like, that's
that's really nice
That's
of
like
you
a
to say.
really
it on Instagram and Facebook to show
Well,
all my friends where they
nowadays-
were.
Their
Yeah.
friends or their enemies?
I'm
We
not
have
like
a-
that.
we-
I mean, I take a lot of pictures that I don't put online that I send home to my mom because I just wanted to share with my mom.
You
I
are a
don't
sweet girl.
We-
No,
have
I
a
mean, I just
Skype-
like, I assume
We
there
have
are other
Skype
people
caller.
with different.
Oh, it's our friend from Australia.
Is that Tanya George?
I'm good. What are you guys up to?
Oh, we're just talking about what women think.
That is a dangerous topic. Very dangerous topic.
Exactly, but I'm
We're
trying
schooling
to,
Taylor.
I'm trying to find out all the secrets.
Yep.
So, Tanya, what is one of the worst pickup lines you've ever gotten?
Probably did it hurt?
Oh, I hate that one.
Funny.
When you
fell
fell
from
from heaven.
One guy walked up to me and he picked up the ice out of his drink and he threw it on the ground and he said, "Did I break the ice?"
Oh, I actually don't hate that. I think that's kind of funny.
That's kind of clever.
I think that's
I
a
haven't
waste
heard that
of
one.
ice.
What's something that guys do that's a complete turnoff?
Ooh, that's a really good question because there's a lot of things.
That's what I said. Agreed. We're on the same page, girl.
What's one of yours? I want to know someone else's turn off.
I don't know. I find egos. If you have a big ego,
that's
I'm
fair.
just like, you're really not that fabulous.
Totally.
No. And I like if
I
somebody
agree with that one.
walks in and flaunts money, or if they flaunt their talent or how they look, I'm not into it.
Kanye West.
On the
Yeah.
on the flip side though, I hate a guy who's like super insecure and he's
No.
kind of all just tucked in and
You want someone to be confident, but I want them to be confident while they're like sitting
Humble.
down at a bar, not
Yeah.
like
yeah.
Dancing on the bar.
Definitely.
no dancing on the bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah, I
difference.
think a turn off for me would be when they order my meal for me. They
Oh,
Ah.
decide what or if they think I'm gonna get a salad. No, I'm not gonna get a salad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
girl,
never
yeah,
had anyone
girl.
do that. I've never had anyone
Yeah.
do that.
And do you ever completely 100% trust a guy? In general, a man in general.
No, the only male you can trust is your father.
I was just about to say your dad. Yeah.
depending on your dad.
Yeah. I'm sure the Jackson 5 would say something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right?
And if you heard a rumor, would you trust it more coming from me or coming from Alex?
See, a female always has the rumor correct, but they always have a little spin on it. So
That's so true.
Ah.
It's like we
Yeah.
tell this. It's like playing telephone. You remember when you were a little kid and you played telephone? You're like, I'm telling you a secret. It's
we call
Completely-
it Chinese whispers. Is that what do you
Chinese
call it?
what,
Chinese whispers?
Chinese whispers?
Yeah, it's
Sure.
called Chinese whispers here.
Oh, you just call it
funny.
telephone. I think
Yeah,
it's
we just
because
call
we're
it the
politically correct.
racist one. Yeah.
Excuse me, but Chinese whispers is
It's not
completely
politically correct. I'm sorry. It's just really. We need to
That's
update that.
offensive.
That's very
Telephone.
true, though.
It's neutral. It's an
I
object.
think I would actually trust
Not
a
human.
man, like telling
Yeah.
me a rumor more so, because most men don't have much to gain from it.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
a
A
good.
And
gay man
nonetheless-
is your best bet.
Never trust a guy not to kiss and tell. That's what I've.
That's,
Really?
I agree.
I mean, in the
agree.
boys' locker room, you never know what's gonna. I don't know why I picked that example.
Okay. Oh, this reminds me of that one
I was
time.
thinking of scenarios like, what would a bunch of guys be doing? I'm like, boys'
seeing
locker
you
room after
naked.
football.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm seeing it. And Tanya, what's the one thing a guy can do on the first date to guarantee a second date?
Ooh, that's a really good pay.
Pay.
For,
Tanya, you and me, girl. On the same page. That's the first thing I said. Pay.
definitely pay.
Because even if you don't like him, you feel obligated to go out a second time because he paid. At least I would be like, oh, you know what? I should give him another try. He paid. I should pay this time.
Yeah.
That's how I would feel like it's my turn to pay. We're going to KFC.
Maybe I'm like old fashioned, but that's like the best way to guarantee you will not get a second date if you don't pay. I always expect them to pay.
They should
Usually
pay.
they do. I mean, usually they do because they want a second date.
Now, what if you're going out for coffee just to meet for the first time? Then who pays?
Oh, yourself.
let's
I
say
always
it was-
pay.
You pay
if
for
it was me,
yourself.
I would pay because I'm like I would
coffee.
make sure.
If it's just coffee. What about you,
I don't know.
Tanya?
I think because it's just a coffee, he can pay.
Oh, there you go.
That's true.
Okay.
Do people like go on coffee dates? Is that a thing?
Yes, especially online dating, because you never know when you're gonna have to bail. Coffee is short and sweet, and you can get in.
And
get
it
out.
doesn't have
Yeah.
alcohol, so you can't get drunk. And yeah, I guess that's true.
I want to know what Taylor would do on his first date.
On-
What would be a gap?
Oh, I would absolutely pay. I always pay.
Yes, see?
The chance you take.
Yeah.
And you better, like, want to take them out. Like, take them to a movie or take them to something. You know, there's a reason
Exactly.
why you went with them. You're trying to get to know them.
And how's the music going, Tanya?
Yeah, really good. I got a few shows coming up, 2 tonight and 1 tomorrow night. And then it's actually Mother's Day in Australia on Sunday.
Woo!
You too.
Woo.
Is it yours too?
Yeah.
Yes, but you guys are a day ahead, I think.
Some Mother's Days in different countries don't match up to us. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy
Happy
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
What are you doing for your mom?
We are going to go. She wants to see Pitch Perfect too.
Did she see the first one?
That's all she wants to do. So I
The
said,
first
okay, I
one's
can do
brilliant.
that.
Did she see the first one?
Yes, she
Okay.
watched it at home the other day, and it's said want to see number 2.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tanya.
I'll be there soon. Don't worry.
All right. Yes, please come soon.
Should we
I will.
do these?
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
I think she's off, but that's my future wife.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Oh, so how did that
And she's
happen? How did
brilliant.
she?
Taylor has a crush.
How did she discover the show and what?
You better pay.
Well, we found her on one of these Australian casting sites, and then I fell in love with her. And
Via
Okay.
Skype.
yeah.
Well, you told her you'd pay.
And she's gonna watch this too. The last time I said the exact same thing.
Well,
Yeah.
no, she
It's
knows.
okay.
Yes.
Don't be needy or
At least she
clingy.
knows that I'll pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be
Exactly.
needy or clingy.
She's coming here soon, so
Oh,
yeah.
congratulations.
Should we read some of the questions that we got from people?
Yes. So
Yeah.
we reached out to our fans on Facebook and asked them to write down
Send
some
in
questions
your
that they would
questions.
like answered by women. So would you mind?
Okay. So this is from Alex from Los Angeles. It's not me.
Different now.
Okay, it says,
Sure.
this is from a guy, I'm assuming, right? Okay, yeah. When I had a few extra pounds on me, my girl comments on guys who are slim. Now that I've slimmed up, she says she likes me chubbier because I'm more comfortable to snuggle into. What's up, girls? That's funny and sad.
That is really. I feel sorry
I
for
was
this
gonna- she's
guy.
a
That's like
Jerk.
a classic crazy girl case. Sorry,
That's
Alex.
mean.
I
I,
think
like
that's
you
really
chubbier. I
mean.
like you
Like he
thinner.
can
That's
never
mean.
fit what she wants.
It's the same.
I feel like her commenting on thin guys. I feel like that is a no-no. She
That's
should not
totally
do
a
that.
no-no.
You should not comment on anyone else when you're in a relationship. That's really, and you can even do that without saying stuff. You can just be like looking at a guy.
And that's another thing,
She's
like the
mean
pot
to you.
calling. What is it? The pot calling the kettle black? Is that what
Yeah.
it's called, that phrase? Like, she better be fabulous.
Oh yeah.
She
She better be like super thin and squishy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. If she's gonna say that he has
Super thin and squishy.
and squishy. You better be thin.
Rock hard,
and
but curvaceous.
I don't know what that means, but it's okay.
Well, that's what she wants.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
what
this
they
girl
said,
is crazy.
we did, like people did the same thing to Jonah Hill or people like that.
Oh.
Jonah Hill got
Oh,
skinny.
yeah.
It's like,
And they're
oh,
like,
we liked you better
"Oh,
fat.
we like you
Yeah,
better."
I guess,
Right.
but-
Like, do you know how hard it was to lose all this weight?
Yeah,
I just
that's
like
true.
Jonah Hill.
How are men supposed to know when a woman is approaching that time of the month where she is ... Let's just say more retroactive than usual?
I don't want to
Give
talk
me
to you,
the warning
Patrick.
signs. Patrick!
Past relationship.
Zing, zing, zing! Warning sign, it's going off.
Maybe you guys will tend to fight more. Maybe she's just more irritable. I don't know. It just seems like the warning signs are very evident.
What do you do when you know that it's coming up? Like, do you kind of hide out for a week, or do you like?
No, I just stay my distance, but I always, you'll get more Kit Kats.
I love Kit Kat.
Smart.
more notes or hey,
Smart
you're
boy.
awesome.
Yeah,
Love
this
you.
guy's
compliments,
good.
more chocolate, more
Tanya,
flowers, more
I'm just
Exactly.
saying, he's saying all the right things.
Don't hide, just
Don't hide, just
smother
be-
with love more.
Sometimes though, I want my space.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So then you gotta know.
Yeah.
See, you can't live together though, with that, because you can't do it all the time. You gotta, here you go, and then just walk away,
Yeah,
and then
It's like
when the
feeding a
time's right, here you
tiger.
go,
that's
and walk away.
exactly like a tiger, and I'm pacing,
Exactly.
and I want
Throw in
my
the food and run away. Okay, our next one is from Melvin in Chicago. What do you girls secretly do that we never know about? And what does it mean when you take us to meet your parents? That is so cute, actually.
That's really cute.
I've got 2 things for that. Well, when you take someone to meet your parents, for me at least, it's a big deal. Like my boyfriend, I was seeing him for, what was it? I think it had been, on the ship it had been like 6 weeks, but in real life, in like the real world, that's like 2 years. And I wouldn't let him meet my parents off the bat because I was like, oh my God, if he meets my parents, then that's the real deal. And to be honest, I still want him to like me. Sorry, Mom. Just kidding. But like really, I want them to still like me and think that I'm funny and not like meet my parents and realize how crazy I am and then I'm going to end up like them. They're coming in today.
For-
They fly in today. They can't see this. That's why I can say whatever I want. They're on a plane.
But they can watch it later.
They won't.
But then you have time to prepare like a
Re-record.
defense.
Yeah.
For me, I know this from experience. If my parents don't like them, then it's probably not going to work out.
That's pretty true.
Yeah.
And if they can handle my mother, then it's a big plus because my mom.
Careful. Careful. She can watch
Your
this
mom
tonight.
is so
Careful.
chill.
My mom is awesome, but she's a bit much, especially from like a. Did that just fly out of your mom's mouth?
Okay, if somebody cannot handle your mom, then they just have they're way too uptight or something because she's super cool, super funny, just easygoing. Then they got some problems in here.
Ding dong.
We have a Skype caller. Tell us your name and where you're from.
Deborah Terranova from Rancho Mirage, California.
What's the one thing a guy can do on a first date to guarantee a second date?
Just act normal.
So hard to find, right? Not that I'm
bad.
actively dating. I have a serious boyfriend, but yeah, I just feel
You're
like
but he was really hard to find.
Yeah.
he was really hard to find. And well, I know I hear my best friend's dating stories, and I just feel like there's just so many undateable people out there.
If you heard a rumor, would you believe the rumor if it was coming from me or from
Right.
Alex? Or who would you believe more if
A
you
man
heard
or a
rumor?
woman?
A man
A
or
woman.
a
It's
woman?
meant to lie.
And why is that?
Man lie?
Men
what?
lie.
Men do
Sorry,
it.
that's not a surprise, right?
I know, but they don't have anything to gain from it. Most of the time, rumors are so catty and small. They don't have anything to gain, so there's no need.
Yeah, but they like to brag about things that don't happen.
And do you think that you can ever completely 100% trust a man?
No,
No?
I think so.
Why
I
not?
feel like she's speaking from experience. You just sound very jaded.
I think we've all been burnt, at least once. But just in general, I mean, there's a handful of guys out there that I'm sure are trustworthy, but I wouldn't put it past most guys.
Well, thank you
Sure.
so much for calling with us, Deborah.
Yes, thanks for having me. Bye.
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 Okay, I got some more questions from the audience. If you wanna-
Let's hear them.
Yeah? Okay, Ron from New York. Why do women love chasing guys who treat them bad and then they stay with them?
Oh my gosh, so many women do this. I have done this in the past.
You're all
I don't know
guilty
what
of
it is. What is the psychology behind that? Is it like daddy issues? Why do women do this?
Because
Some girls just
Every
really
girl
like
wants-
bad boys.
what does
A
that
lot
say?
of girls are really attracted to a guy with edge, and so
There's a
it's kind of the
saying
dynamic
that it's
comes with-
every guy wants a good girl that's bad for only them, and every girl wants a bad guy that's good for only them.
Oh, that's a good
Ever
saying.
hear that saying? And it's stupid. Like, that's dumb, but girls do it all the time.
it's all very passive aggressive for me. We're talking about men, and I'm sitting here like, I don't do any of that stuff. Like,
I don't know. I like, everyone likes a nice guy, but girls go for bad boys because it's not vanilla. I like to say the word vanilla. Like, if somebody
Yeah,
is
it's a little bit more interesting. I
vanilla
guess.
and they're bland and they have a 9-to-5 job and they're gonna treat you really nice and it's just not as
totally
fun as
boring,
someone who
yeah.
you have to chase after.
Rocky
Which
Road.
is
I think
stupid.
it's more fun. Definitely more fun.
Women are dumb.
But so
But
are
guys
men.
do it too. I feel like it goes
feel.
for both sexes. Like the worse you treat me, the more I'll love you. That goes both
Yep.
ways.
It's like that, don't talk to them, then they'll talk to you. It's like a little
It's a game. You gotta play that
It's
game.
just a
Role
law
playground.
of nature. That's just the way. It's like the push
Yeah.
and pull of the universe.
Like
But
the
why? I
hunting
don't know
and
why.
then
Yeah.
It's like primal. It goes back to the primal stuff.
What actually happens at girl sleepovers? You see the movies, you see the TV shows.
You're hoping for something that you're
No,
not going to get the answer
Guys
to.
have
Pillow fight in our lingerie.
Definitely.
That's the image
each
that
other
guys
cotton
have in their
candy.
minds. They think pillow fights, feathers flying
No.
everywhere, lingerie.
No, it's tubs
oh,
of Ben and Jerry's movies,
It's like junk
popcorn,
food,
and fat
movies.
pants.
I didn't personally think that was, but I mean, I know just because of how many times I've seen it on TV.
Was
That's
that trending
the
on
image.
Twitter or something?
Why is there such an attraction towards the Kardashians?
Don't have it.
I mean, but women love the Kardashians, and I hear how much they hate them. They don't have any talent. They don't sing. They don't dance. They don't do any of that stuff. They're famous for being famous. So why are they so?
They're famous for being
Maybe
crazy.
because
I think it's a love-hate thing. I think that's like a lot of people are like, they don't have talent. They're so annoying and blah, 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 this stuff. But also
They
people
watch
are
them.
they're very captivating for whatever reason. And yeah, they are an exceptionally attractive group of girls. I mean, give or take.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean,
can do
obviously
that.
they're wealthy, they're successful. I mean, they're got to be some of the most successful people on the planet, that family.
And maybe it's just like what you were saying. It's like the female American dream, but by female I mean like the type of women that do all the selfies on Instagram.
It's like the selfie generation dream.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to do anything,
Exactly.
and you have all this money, and you have all this fame, and you look
do
that good,
whatever you
and
want.
everybody
Dangerous.
wants to do you or be you or hate you or something for doing nothing.
Now, speaking of women being attracted to certain things, it's no secret that men are into the human or the female body. Do women find it at all attractive or anything attractive about the male package?
I will tell you that there's some things you cannot be attracted to. I was with a guy once, and something was wrong. Like,
Like blue?
he wasn't circumcised, which I actually prefer because it makes things easier for me. But it couldn't fully come out because the non-circumcised, the like foreskin was attached too high, and it just did this thing where it curled in on itself, and the whole thing was like really disturbing. But I'd already made it that far.
Oh, girl.
And I had to like finish. I had to like commit.
And that's the worst thing about it. You don't know until it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. It's
A
not
guy
your
can
turn
stare
at
at a
this
girl
point.
and be
I'm
like,
like so upset
okay.
now. I remember.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm sure everyone has stories like that. We just,
I'm sure everyone
I'm
has
sure on YouTube.
I'm sure everyone has a story about the candy cane penis. And,
Oh wow.
Captain Egg.
No, but if it's like really nice and soft, and like if there isn't too much hair around, and you know and it gets fully erect, I'm always happy when it's fully erect.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say some are better than others.
Yeah,
And we can
definitely.
appreciate
I just feel like it
those.
must be
Let's just put it
hard
that
to
way.
be a guy because it would just get in the way.
Oh, I agree with that. When
Like,
you're
aren't
running,
you just like, I don't know, just like some, it's like a limb. It's like you have another limb.
And it's
and
like
it thinks on its own too. It's not like
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
like we're doing this right now. It's like,
But I guess that could be said of
Like, no,
boobs
not
too.
the
Oh yeah,
guys.
going downstairs.
an ex told me that
It's never started good. Anything started with, well, an ex told me. It's never going to be a good story.
It's not. This is completely off topic of the penis thing. My most recent relationship, we're now broken up, but she told me that she wanted to break up, and the relationship was going great. But I mean, you know, we sort of had very similar lives, so that wasn't working too well. But she told me that she wanted to break up, and I said okay. And then she had a really hard time with that. She got almost like upset that I was okay.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
What did I miss?
Okay. What? You're not gonna miss me at all?
First, it was a break, but I knew it was one of those things where, like, let's take a break, but really, we're never gonna get back together.
That's just like my
And then
slow
she
way
was
back
mad
out of
at
the
you.
water.
Yeah, so she said, I want a break, and I was totally fine with that, because if she needs her space, she needs her space. And then she was really upset with that, so the next day, she just ended up telling me, never want to get back together. And I said, okay, again. And then she had an even bigger problem
Because
with
she
that.
wanted you to fight for her.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yes!
fight for her.
Girls suck.
But
Girls suck. We
it kind of
really
sounds
suck.
like maybe did she like you still? I mean, did you think there was maybe
This
a chance in her heart that she wanted to continue? She just wanted to know.
We had been together over a year.
Oh, and you
Well,
were
so
just
you're
like,
very
okay.
Yeah,
attached.
it was horrible.
So that
for
probably
me.
really hurt her feelings, even if she was like, maybe she
Yeah.
wanted to break for reasons besides you. Maybe she just,
I
you know,
didn't
that would
wa-
hurt
I
anyone's
didn't want
feelings.
to. We went to the park the next day and we talked about it, and I knew from that point, okay, there's nothing
No.
this is what she wants to do.
Aww.
She couldn't.
That's so
We
sweet.
should have at least expressed, like, well, it
Yeah.
breaks my heart.
Like,
I love
yeah,
you so much.
exactly.
That's
but
exactly what I said. I
just
said,
want-
if this is
I
what you
want the
need,
best for you.
then this is the way it should be, and you know.
I just think
And
maybe
what?
you could have said
Did you
a
like
little
say
more.
how much you were gonna
should have
die
been a little bit more
inside?
sensitive.
I
I
told her
think.
every
Did
day
you
how
tell her
much
your
I
life
loved
was
her.
over?
No, I think
I think
What
you just
can
need
I
to
say?
express.
it was a
that
test. It
bothered
was
you.
all a test. Sorry.
That would hurt
It
any
was a
girl's
test and you
feelings.
failed. She wanted you to be like,
Yeah.
but no. And then you,
Baby, don't go.
No, you know
We
what?
were
If it
friends for
was
a
a
long
test, then you actually won. Because, like, you don't want a girl that a year down the road she's doing these little stupid games and
They don't care.
no.
My
18-year-old
boyfriend
boyfriend was
was
romantic.
great.
I just
Yeah,
think
it
it
was
depends person to
adorable.
person. You seem very mature for your age, so I think you're gonna just keep on being a better boyfriend as the years go by.
Oh, thank you.
Very.
She's like such a sunshine over here.
No, you seem like that kind of guy.
Yes, I feel very like insecure.
God, if you
Like,
don't
men are
be
bad.
insecure.
Men are bad.
Men
men
are
are
I know,
bad.
this was like
Men
a
are
really
bad.
scary
I
topic
think
for
Taylor's
you.
one of the good ones.
I
Thank
totally
you.
agree.
I think he's a nice guy, but not too vanilla. I think he's like a good balance of edge and nice. And
And I don't know for
Tanya.
sure. I mean, I've been wrong before, but I'm sensing no candy canes. So
Nope. I can pretty much guarantee you there's no problem there.
yeah,
No candy cane penis in
said
my
that.
Ooh, wow. What's in that cup?
Water.
Okay.
Now it's been tested that men. There's a rumor that men think about sex every 7 seconds. And this show probably it's come up every 7 seconds, but that's proven not to be true. Men think about sex around 400 times a day. That's
Which
so
breaks
long.
down to how many seconds?
It just varied because they
Oh,
did
so
tests
they
you
and
could spend
stuff.
like a whole hour thinking about it, and then there's like a 3-hour football game on, and you know.
There you go.
And then
That's
you're only
very
doing
true.
it during commercial breaks.
Yeah.
Budweiser
breaks.
commercial comes on with the bikini girl.
Yeah.
And they think,
But yeah, of course.
Back to that.
but how often do you
Yeah.
think women think about sex in a
I
day?
think equally as often.
Equally as often?
I don't know.
I think it depends on the woman. then.
I think that it's maybe not equally as often, but it's still quite a lot more than we are willing to
Yeah.
admit. Because it doesn't have to be sex, but you'll be like, somebody's walking down the street and you're like, oh, he's cute.
I'm like,
That's something you're thinking about
Yeah.
attraction
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
true.
So maybe you're not thinking about
Maybe
the
not as
act.
aggressively as
Yes.
men, but yeah.
And I
But
think,
and
that's
I don't think
sensations.
women want to admit it.
That's
Yeah.
part of like the difference between men and women is like I think men think about sex and we think about like chemistry and ooh, and he could hold my hand. I want to snuggle. Ooh, nice abs. I want to rub my face on the, or maybe I want to hold his hand.
And does size matter?
No answer from her.
I would say size does matter, but bigger isn't necessarily better. That's all I'm going to say about that.
As you said last time.
That's what I said last week. I was like, no, wait, that was bad. He was like, does size matter? And I was like, oh my God, my mom is watching the show. And he was like, how big is too big? And I was like, seriously? And my mom's watching, and I was like,
You're like, Mom, plug your ears.
Well, I just don't understand
Turn
where
away.
we're supposed to put all that. Like I'm like look at my body.
well, yes, size matters.
That
I'm not a
should answer your question.
superhero. I can't, where am I going to hide it? I can't make more space. And why do you guys think that men like boobs so much?
Because they don't have them. You only want what you can't have.
But what's such the? I mean, I don't think that's true. I don't know
That
why,
doesn't
but
work.
men could go to a strip club. I mean, if you go to a movie and you see the movie, like maybe you can see it a few more times if it's a good movie. Just wait. You've seen the movie. A guy goes to the strip club. First girl comes out, does her routine. Okay, next girl. That was exciting. Yay. Next girl comes out. Oh, this is new. Yes.
Yes,
It's not. It's the same
that's a
routine,
good
but they can
point.
sit there forever and just,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just a It's just a natural fixation. I don't know why.
Because
it's
they're
just the
like-
way of it. It's just natural.
I
They're
think
soft
that
and
a
they're-
woman's body is better.
Women's
More
body is a work
aesthetically,
of art.
a
Yes.
woman's
Hands
body is
down.
aesthetically
A man's body is
pleasing,
more
and a man's
utilitarian.
body is
Hands
not.
down.
Yeah. You're right.
When I was a little girl, my parents, or my mom and my grandma, took me to the statue of David when I was like 11. They took me to Italy and wanted to take me on like a cultural whatever. And when I was like 11 years old, my mom said the only thing she remembers from the trip was me saying, if I see one more naked man, I'm going to throw up. Like, I hated it so badly. Women don't find, like, a man's body is attractive, but, like, I don't think that aesthetically pleasing, like, a woman's body is more aesthetically pleasing than a man's body, I think.
Is it true this is how I feel? Women have to be in the mood for certain things.
Yes,
Is that true?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can't just stare at a naked man like men do with women and be like, yeah.
No, actually,
no.
I don't really ever have that urge to see him naked.
I think it's definitely a guy thing.
Again,
For me, anyway. I don't.
I think, now are men more mysterious or are women? Who do you think is more complicated?
Women.
Men are very simple. Like the lying thing, just like they just wear everything on right here on their face. Mm-hmm.
We're dancing.
And that's all the time that we have for tonight.
Wow, that
Thank you
went
so
too
much
fast.
for joining us. Thank you, Alex Murphy, my co-host, and thank you, my guest, Brett, Candace,
Thank
and
you very
Kathryn Fontelle.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And stay tuned for the after show. We'll be right back in just 1 minute. And hit the subscribe button. And see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy dance. It's music. Music makes me dance.